Help me out here. What's up, everybody? It is, I believe this is episode number 10. We made it. I think in one of the first episodes, I was talking about how I really wanted to get to 10 because that's how many podcasts I did with my sister on our last podcast, Rice Fire. It's good to be here, number 10. Yeah, it's nice. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for supporting this little goofy idea. Help me out here. And man, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting past week or so. Well, I haven't done a solo podcast since 2 episodes ago, because the last podcast we did, that was with my cousin Josh Huey, and yeah, it's been interesting since then. And so it's 10:16 p.m. It's Saturday night right now. What day is it? I got no clue. It's February 16th. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day. But it's late at night. It's 10:16 p.m. And I've just been really wanting to shoot this episode, but kind of hesitant because, so basically our last episode, Josh got a lot of hate and judgment for it, I guess. He texted me this morning and was like, "Hey, can I give you a call today?" And right away I was just like, okay, something's going on here. Something's going on. So he gives me a call and basically just tells me that he woke up today with like a bunch of text messages and emails or messages of some sort, basically just criticizing him for the last podcast my last podcast that he was on, obviously. And basically, I guess there was some people like at his church that were mad that he was like, that we were drinking alcohol, and he was like promoting his worship band. And man, it's sad to me. But I mean, so I just kind of wanted to talk about it. But earlier today, like as soon as he called me, like right after he got off the phone, I was like, oh, I'm gonna shoot a podcast and talk all about this. And I was pretty angry, so I just needed to like chill for a while and think it out and just take some breath before shooting this episode, because I want to handle this with grace, but I still got to be honest about how I feel and what I think, because this is a space for us to be open and honest, and free speech is a thing, and this is the beautiful country, the United States of America, and I love it. I feel so blessed that I get to put my ideas, my thoughts, my beliefs out into the world via the internet, through like this goofy microphone into a computer, a camera, like out to you guys, and people watch and care, and I love you for that. Thank you for being a part of this. So yeah, low battery. Are you kidding me right now? My video is going to stop. Give me 1 second. That's hilarious. Give me 1 second, okay? I'm in my underwear, so do not look. But don't you worry. We're getting this video fired right back up. Look at that. We're rolling again. And should I have started over and maybe tried again? Probably. But I'm not going to, because this is an unedited podcast. And we just go for it, you know? We're just rolling. Episode 10. We're still working on professionalism, I suppose. So yeah, there's some people pretty unhappy with the last podcast. I don't know how many people, but Josh was pretty beat up about it and just felt really worried. He asked if I could take it down off YouTube, and I talked to him and I was like, I understand why I guess that you'd want it to be down, mostly because these people are asking you to tell me that, but that's just not, it's not what I believe. I don't believe in just listening to angry people tell me I can't talk. tell me I can't have an opinion, I can't live my life a certain way because they don't like it. If that were the case, I would have no videos on YouTube, because there's always going to be people who dislike what you're doing. That's part of being a creator, an artist. Like, that's part of having beliefs, is people disagreeing with that. But is it healthy if we're just telling people that we disagree with to shut up, to delete what you say? Or can we just talk? Can we have conversation, please? So I don't hate these people that said that. It just makes me sad for them. Like, I'm not trying to like make them like belittle them. It's just like, it seems like such a narrow minded like way to live life. And I don't want to even get into like the biblical side of like why I don't think alcohol is bad at all. Like, that's my personal belief. And like, if you don't enjoy the content, don't watch. Like, just click away. Like, or talk to me about it. Like, no one from his church reached out to me. I'm the one who made the video. I'm the one who wanted to do the podcast. I was the one okay with drinking. And it was like, I don't know, orange juice, dude. It is liquid. It's just liquid, man. And Josh didn't even know that it had alcohol in it. He told me that today. I thought he knew. I knew the whole time, but I don't know. We were just having fun. And like, I guess one of the comments about the podcast was that there was no redemptive or uplifting content in the episode. And clearly that person didn't listen past like 5 minutes, because we had an entire conversation about Josh losing his father and how he suffered mentally and physically, and how he said that like God like lifted him out of that, like literally pulled him out of that and made him better and stronger and gave him a new mindset. And now he's encouraging other people through that situation. And it just sucks that someone is telling him to take that down because of some orange juice with a little bit of alcohol in it. Dude, we were tired. Like, we were just being goofy. Like, and I get that, like, my type, like, the family I grew up in, the way we love each other is, like, making fun of each other, laughing, like, making jokes about each other. Like, that's just how I grew up. I realize that not everybody gets it. Like, when I make fun of somebody and we're just laughing our heads off, like, not everybody had a childhood like that, and not everybody is going to vibe with the kind of content that I create, and that's okay. Like, there's 7 billion some humans on the planet. Like, I don't need everybody to watch my videos or listen to my podcast. I don't expect everybody to like what I do. It just sucks that Josh had to be brought down in the process. And it's like, these people know Josh. They know, like, they don't know me. Like, so I guess it's easier for them to judge me because they don't know my heart. That's fine. But like, they know Josh. Like, Josh is a way better person than I am. He's an amazing human being, and he's been through so much, and he still has such a good attitude. He's a great business owner, a great father, a great musician, and like, he's literally in a band that sings about Jesus. And other people that get together in a building and sing about Jesus together are mad at this guy for talking about his band that sings about Jesus. Because while he's talking about it, he's also drinking some alcohol. What is up with that? That I can't wrap my head around how that is the focus. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand, because, and I'm sorry that I know I'm rambling about this a bit, but like, I'm trying to handle this in a good way, but it's just hard. It's hard to deal with. But like, so I grew up, I love my family. They're amazing. They're like, my parents are like 2 of my best friends. I call them all the time. They're just amazing human beings. But growing up in our house, like, I feel like we were basically presented with the thoughts and ideas that alcohol in every form is wrong, that it doesn't create anything good. And I can totally understand that. I lived in that for the majority of my lifetime, just basically thinking like, oh, what's the point of alcohol? That's a complete waste of time, money. Like, it just makes people stupid. And basically, like, growing up in those ideas, eventually, like, you wonder, like, okay, why is everybody saying this is so bad? And you kind of get curious about it. I literally didn't touch alcohol until, like, college. Like, even through high school, like, I never had anything. And then college was, like, it just was way, like, even way more strict on the idea that alcohol is bad. Like, literally, like, on my application for this college, I had to, like, sign a form, like, declaring that I wouldn't drink alcohol or watch any porn during my entire 4-year segment of time that I was at this university. Like, even during the summers and stuff, like, it was very particular. And of course I signed it. And because at the time, like, I really believed, like, oh yeah, there's no point. I'm never going to drink alcohol. I legitimately thought that. And then I, like, became an adult, got my own autonomy to make decisions, and tried it and did it socially and enjoyed it. And not just for being drunk. Like, I rarely have ever been drunk. Like, I like some of the flavors. Like, I see it as, like, similar to coffee for me. Like, I love trying different roasts of coffee and enjoying that and sharing that with other people. Like, I love, like, literally grinding coffee beans and then sniffing it, like, alone in my apartment, in my underpants. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I see that very similarly, like, with beer. And, like, I love different drafts of beer. I like trying different things. I'm very, like, I don't know a lot about it, but it's just, I think it's cool. I think it's a cool way to, like, share time with somebody. And I don't put the emphasis on the buzz or being drunk. Like, I don't care about that. I don't know. That's not the point for me. So, I mean, I can relate with those people in their state of mind, I guess, because I used to be there, but I was also, like, 16 and younger, like, or whatever. You know, I was young. And I can't understand people knowing who Josh is and then, like, treating him like that. It just seems like, I don't know, it's just sad because of how freaking awesome he is. So, Josh, if you're watching, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that people are being like that to you. And if any people are watching that were part of those viewers that didn't like the episode, I'm not going to stop saying what I believe. I'm not going to delete a beautiful conversation, something I thought was beautiful, just because you didn't. Like, and it's okay that you don't like it. Like, I wish you the best. Like, I wish you a happy life. Like, and I hope that you can still respect other people that have differing values and opinions than you. Like, because if we think that other people are just should just believe everything the same way, like, how is there any diversity and, like, uniqueness in this life? I don't know. And, you know, like, if you're a viewer of this podcast and you, like, if you don't believe in God or Jesus or anything, I don't care. I love you. You're awesome. You're welcome here. I hope that doesn't sound cliche, because I genuinely mean that. Like, I'm sorry, like, and to any person out there who's been, like, treated like crap from Christians especially, I'm sorry. I mean, it might not mean anything to you coming from me. I don't know, but I'm sorry, man, or woman, or transgender. You're all welcome. Anybody, any orientation, any gender, belief, you're all welcome here. And I love you. And I'll never tell you to stop thinking what you're thinking, believing what you're believing. You're equal. You're beautiful. I'm going to leave it at that. And that just happened today, and I don't know, I might get more details on it, but honestly, I don't even know if I would want to bring it up again, because it's just, it bums me out, but also it motivates me to not be like that. And honestly, those people might be amazing people. And they probably are. They're probably really cool people that just think differently than me, and I can respect them. I hope they can respect me too, but you know what? Not everybody's going to like me, and I'm not going to live my life like that, because I used to try to get everyone to like me, and just doesn't work, and it just ends in sadness. So not doing that anymore. But thanks for being here, everybody. I love you all so much. This is episode 10, baby. We're here. It's late at night. I got a little bit of that raspiness in my voice, sounding like a soul singer. Hope I sound good. I guess I kind of wanted to like talk more about just in general, like receiving hate for being creative or for doing what you believe in. Like, I'm in a band called Earth Groans, if you didn't know that by now, and our band's been labeled a Christian band by pretty much all sources, and I don't like that term. I don't, but I understand it's going to be there probably for the entirety of the band's existence, because I think even being on Solid State Records, they're known for having Christian bands, but not all of their bands are Christian bands, whatever that means anyway. But so my thoughts on like Christian band as a term, I think that it's, and people ask me all the time on tour, like, are you guys a Christian band? It's like, why is that the first thing we talk about? But I always end up going into this spiel because I don't like just saying yes, you know? Basically, I think, as of right now, and my opinions will probably change with time, but I think saying a band is a Christian band is an oversimplification of a group of humans. Like, for instance, Earth Groans is an entity. It's also an LLC. It's a business as well. It's a title that encompasses 4 human beings and the creativity that thus streams forth from those 4 human beings. And to just flatline label those 4 humans as Christian band just seems very like oversimplified to me. In my head, Earth Groans is a title that encompasses 4 human beings and their creativity, and each of those human beings have very unique sets of beliefs and values, opinions, personalities. It's too simple to say Christian band. I'd say we're a metal band. Our music style is metal for the most part. So I would rather call Earth Groans a metal band and then have conversations with people about life instead of just saying, are you a Christian band? Yeah, man. Sweet. High five. See you later. You know, like, what if it was like, you know, we're a metal band, but each of us have our own beliefs and personalities and thoughts. Like, what do you think? What do you believe about this? What do you think about this? Let's have a conversation. Let's have a beer. Let's have a coffee, some water. But yeah, so there's different bands that I really look up to that have struggled with the same thing that I struggle with when it comes to the term Christian band. One of them is The Classic Crime. You can just, if you listen to The Classic Crime, dude, you understand. They're freaking amazing, dude. I love that band so much. I have so much nostalgia listening to their music. They're one band that I can put on their record at any time, and it like never gets old. Never. Specifically, their album, The Silver Cord, is just like one of my all-time favorite records. It's unbelievable. And in their newest album, How to Be Human, they talk about, like, you can tell they're so tired of being labeled a Christian band because it does limit a band in some ways. It becomes harder to, like, market your music to certain people because there's people that will see, like, oh, they're a Christian band, forget about it. And, like, they might miss out, and that's okay if they're not Christian, but it's like you might miss out on, like, some of the best music that's ever been written, in my opinion, and like music you might love, like just because like the world deemed it Christian, you know. And there's a lot of shadiness in the Christian music industry. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of groups that use the name Christian as their band title, and they don't back it up with the lifestyle, whatever that looks like. I don't know. There's so much nuance in it, but yeah. I need a pizza. I don't know where I'm going in this life, but I got Gatorade. I was going to drink coffee, but I would be up all night. So I'm drinking this G2. I used to drink this blue G2 after track practice in high school, so I'm just like, I'm back on the track right now. Actually, I know I'm going off track, if you will, but I just went to the gym. Did a bunch of running, some lifting, getting abs just absolutely massive. Just my biceps are just unreal right now. But that was one thing I committed to at the beginning of this podcast, was working out consistently, and boy, we're keeping up with it. It's going well. It's going real well. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, so the Classic Crime, like, sorry about that rant. The Classic Crime, like, in their newest record, like, they swore on the album multiple times in clever ways, though, too, which I thought was fun. It was funny. You can just tell they're just trying so hard to separate themselves from that title, and I don't blame them. Like, I don't know. Listen to the record, How to Be Human. Read the lyrics. You'll poo a little bit. You'll poo some of that art dust. And then another band that I think has had to work really hard to escape that is Emery. They're so amazing. We actually got to play a festival with them and Oh Sleeper. But yeah, Emery's another band. Like, I think they were pretty deliberate with their artwork on their newest album, having a semi-nude lady on their artwork. And you can tell, like, it totally worked, because, like, people were just raging about a quote-unquote Christian band having a naked lady on their artwork. But guess what? We're all naked under our clothes, okay? We all got a little bit of butt crack in us. And if you're offended by the word butt crack, check your shorts. You got one. And if you don't, you might need to get that baby pried open, because you're going to be stopped up, baby. And I hope you're not stopped up. That would be rough. So since we're still kind of on the topic of band life, I want to show you guys, like, tour dates. I want to read some tour dates to you guys. Because remember when I leaked that tour on this podcast? Well, we announced the tour with Oh Sleeper finally. So the tour we're going on is called the Pit and Riff Tour. The Agony Scene and Oh Sleeper and Earth Groans. Those are the three bands. I'm in Earth Groans. If you didn't know, I play the git fiddle for the old groaner boys. So here's the cities we're going to, and you better freaking come if you live in these cities. I want to meet you or see you again. So we're going to Omaha, Nebraska, the Waiting Room. Oh, dude, we're playing the Waiting Room. That I didn't even see that. That's April 4th. That's my dad's birthday. So we got Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Iowa, Madison, Indiana. It's not Wisconsin. Madison, Indiana, Lansing, Michigan, Erie, Pennsylvania. Ooh, that's a good one. Columbus, Ohio. That place rules. Chicago, Little Rock, Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Albuquerque, El Paso, Scottsdale, Anaheim. What else have we got? Sacramento, Fresno, Salt Lake City, Denver, Kansas City. I used to live there, so Lawrence and Kansas City friends, you better freaking come. Jaron, you're not watching, but come. St. Louis, Nashville. Ooh, that's here. Nashville friends. Christian, you better come, silly boy. Raleigh, North Carolina. Atlanta at the Masquerade. Yes. Tampa, Daniel Peacock. Sonya, you better be there. Orlando, New Orleans. Memphis. Oh, that's a little wraparound. Memphis, Tennessee. Springfield, Missouri. Oh, dude, that's going to be sick. I used to live in Springfield. That's where I went to college, so I have 4 years under my belt there. And then we cap it off at Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the Vanguard. So those dates are from April 4th to May 4th. Oh, wow. Full month. Sweet. And what's cool is Oh Sleeper, their drummer's name is Zach Mayfield as well. And we both get tattooed at the same tattoo shop in Springfield, Missouri, which is so weird. And we just met like 2 weeks ago when I worked on their music video, which was a blast, man. Those guys are wild boys. I didn't expect them to be so wild, but dude, we're going to have so much fun together. I'm so freaking pumped for that tour. So if you live in any of those cities, seriously, I would love to have you come out. I'll be making videos like every single day, tour vlogs and stuff. And I would love to put you in a video and chat with you and hang out with you and get to know you, hear your story, hear what's good in your life, what's bad, and just hug it out, you know? I'll be real sweaty, and there's a good chance I'll be really stinky, but I would love to talk to you. We actually just bought a new van today, because our van on our last tour, we had it for the entirety of our band so far. Quakes, the silverback gorilla, he finally passed away last tour, but we got a new van. It's a big red van, and we're going to build some bunks in it, get it all ready to roll for tour. But come see me, man, and women's, men's, all of yous. Please come see me. That'd be so cool. Because people actually did on the last tour, so I wanna make this a thing where we actually get to hang out in person. That's way better than me just talking to your face. I want you to be able to respond. We have an anchor message that I wanted to play, and it's kind of about music videos actually. Since I just started talking about the Oh Sleeper video, let's be blessed. Let's listen to this message from my boy Matthew Owens. Let's do it.
Hey Zach, my name's Matt. I'm a graphic designer in Texas, and I just wanted to let you know that I think what you're doing with your channel is awesome. I've loved watching all your videos, especially your podcasts. And
dude, Matt, thank you, man. You're a graphic designer. Actually, so I've listened to your message because I wanted to try to figure out what to say back to you, but I tried to find you on Instagram, and I couldn't find you. There's a lot of Matthew Owens out there in the world. You're probably the best one out of all, but I would love to connect with you more after this, so hit me up after you hear this. But thanks for saying that about the channel and the podcast, man. I'm trying to make authentic stuff and figure this little YouTube journey out. So thank you for being here with me.
I thought it was so freaking cool that you got to do the Oh Sleeper video. That is amazing. I think, man, that is just really a dream of mine to do music video production for bands like that, and that's actually what I wanted to ask your advice on. Is I feel like the Lord is really wanting me to be intentional with pursuing my dreams, and man, my dream would be to get involved with music video production for bands like Oh Sleeper, or bands that are on like Face Down Records, Solid State Records, Tooth and Nail. And I just wanted to know if you had any advice for how to get involved in specifically that. And once again, man, love what you're doing, and love you too. Have a good one.
Dude, Matt, I love you, man. Seriously. Thanks for sending a message, dude. It means a lot. It's so cool to actually interact with people. I'm just bonking the mic right now. Yeah, man, this is such a loaded question, but I'm so glad we get to nerd out about this. So how can you get involved in music video production, especially for bands like Oh Sleeper, Face Down Records, Solid State bands, so like heavy bands? Honestly, for me, I'm like just starting to get into shooting videos for like record label bands. So I've been doing video production as a solo guy for like 4 years. I'm trying to think, man. Basically, I just shot until my eyes bleed. Like I just shoot and edit nonstop. But how I originally got started, I don't know where you're at in your journey with video production, but I'll just kind of walk you through the very beginning. So basically in the very beginning, I was living in Springfield, Missouri, and basically I would just follow the venues in my town, like on Instagram and Facebook, and anytime they would post a flyer, I would find the local bands on there and message them and be like, hey, I'll shoot a video for you or a set of photos for you for free if you can get me into the show. And most of the time they'd be like, dude, sweet, that sounds great, we'll get you in. Or they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't really have any money. But I would just go to the show anyway. And the reason I did that is because I was just so poor. I had no money at all. So I would just find a way to get to the show, and then I would film everything and photograph everything. Like I mostly started with photos and then kind of transitioned into videos. But so yeah, you could just go to any show possible and film the local bands for practice, and then film those bigger bands and just make videos, like make a highlight video using one of their songs, like find a great track of the song, make like a 30-second highlight. Like it doesn't need to be longer than that. And that will get you so adjusted to changing settings on your camera super fast, learning how to shoot in low light, which is the hardest way to shoot camera wise, and it'll teach you how to edit, like pacing, and how to capture like really fast moments, because those moments are like split seconds live, especially with heavy bands. There's so much movement, so it'll teach you how to focus like crazy too. I forgot about that. And then just like edit a video and post it on YouTube, tag the band in it, send it to the band, like just blow the internet up. Like I made so many crappy videos. I still make crappy videos sometimes, but I found every way possible to film bands because that's what I wanted to do, and I just made little videos and put it out there. I made one for Fit for a King quite a few years ago. Like, I just went to one of their shows and filmed them. This was before I was touring, before we were signed. And I thought it was super good, and I like sent it to them and everything, and like it never got seen. But it was such good practice for me. Like, it's still on my channel, actually. It's like one of my first videos, I think. But just practicing. And then basically, like, as you start to post these things and stay consistent and let the world know, hey, I'm making videos, there's going to be somebody who's like, dude, do you do music videos? And then that's where it's going to start. And you might already be doing videos. I'm not sure exactly where you're at with your production life, but content and consistency, and just making it available for people to see. And that, I mean, social media is free. It's free advertising. It's free marketing for yourself and your work. So start there and just see how that goes. But you got to be creating. You got to be making stuff. And like I said, I've been doing it for 4 years, maybe more. I lose count. But like, I'm trying to think how I made that connection to start working on solid state bands. Well, okay, I work with this band called Hold Close on Hopeless Records, and I started shooting their music videos like in Springfield, Missouri when they were very first starting. Like, they were under a different band name. They were called Stateside at the time. And man, that like I've done almost all of their videos. But the videos were not good back then. I was not good yet. But I built a relationship with that band, and they trust me with their art, and now they continue to hire me even though they're on this massive record label. Like, the label actually wanted them to go to someone else, and they did for one video. They didn't like it, and they were like, please let Zach do the next video. So we did the most recent 2 videos, and everyone dug it. So it was sick. So I kind of grew a relationship into working with label bands, and my name's still like not super circulated through big labels, but I'm starting, like, I just got a gig with a solid state band where I'll be like doing like the directing, like in the DP work. I'm actually gonna like hire a director because I like doing DP stuff better, but it's cool. Like, I got hired to do a solid state band. It's Death Therapy, actually, if you know who that is. So they're a smaller solid state band, but they're such good dudes. So basically, as you create and as you get better, like, people will notice you. I'm just trying to think about how Kevin noticed me, because he's like the main solid state video guy, and he's insane, dude. He's crazy. Like, I would watch his videos, like when Silent Planet released Panic Room. That was his first music video. That video is insane. And he's been doing filmmaking forever, but dude, he's just nuts. And I would watch all of his videos that he does for Silent Planet, Fit for a King, and be like, I will never get that good. And now me and him work together once in a while. And I think he hired me at one point to come pull focus with like a wireless follow focus for that Fit for a King video, Oblivion. But then when we got there, he's like, actually, do you want to do camera? I was like, sure. So I had this like 80,000 pound red on my shoulder. But I think it's just about being like a good person. Like, not saying I'm a great person all the time, but like just trying to be a nice person to everybody around you, to the people you look up to, being genuine, and then just working your tail off and making stuff. Because you're going to get better if you keep making stuff. That's not the problem. It's just the motivation to keep going. I hope that helps, man. Love you, Matt. You're such a good old boy. You live in Texas. We're playing in Texas. Better see you there, dude. I'll be sad if you don't come, because we are playing in, I forget which city. Did he say what city he was in?
Hey, Zach. My name's Matt. I'm a graphic designer in Texas.
Okay, he just said graphic designer in Texas. Well, we are playing Austin, Dallas, El Paso. So hopefully you live close to one of those cities, because it'd be sweet to meet you and like talk over more stuff in person, where I could actually hear where you're at and stuff. And if that doesn't work, just leave me another message if you want to keep this going. We can keep chatting about it here. It's cool. So yeah, I hope that helps, man. That's really nice to be able to kind of share that with you. That's really cool. So I kind of wanted to catch you guys up on my mental health, because that's kind of like why I even started this podcast, because I suck at asking for help. And being totally honest with you guys, like I've been like struggling like with my anger a lot. And I don't know if I've talked much about that. I always forget what I talk about on here, but I have struggled with anger a lot in my life. Just kind of like outbursts, like most of the time it's not like, oh, I'm going to freak out and punch a wall, but just like, I just let things get to me so quickly. It's like I go from happy to like rage, like sometimes like so fast. And I was getting so good for a while. Like the last month, like I was in the Bible every day, and that's okay if you don't believe that. If you think that's weird, I get it. It is weird, but I was in the Bible and doing, like, I was so happy. I was like so content. Everything was going so good with Lauren. Like I've had this master plan that I've been hinting at to you guys about, like what I'm going to do with YouTube this year. Like all of that, I felt like so much clarity. Like it just felt like God was like telling me this, do this. And I still believe all of that. Like all of that was true and still is true. But this situation came up, and I'm not going to go super detailed because it's not all of my info to share, because it's about other people too. But got in this really big like angry situation, and said a lot of hurtful things, and just kind of broke some trust, and just sucks because I was doing so good and felt close to God, and just kind of wrecked some stuff. So I just wanted to tell you guys that, because I don't know where you're at. I don't know what you're going through, but that's where I'm at, and it sucks. But I don't know. And then I have a really good friend here in Nashville now, and his name's Christian. I know he watches my videos, so hi Christian, I love you. And I went to his house this past week and told him the whole situation. He was really understanding, and me and him, like, we have very similar like senses of humor, beliefs, like personalities. It's like, it's so nice to have somebody who, like, we are so like in sync, like us two boys. Like, he doesn't have a lot of hair on the top part of the dome, but like I can like kind of like complete that in him, and he can complete things in me. So we're a good match. We're good brothers. But he was straight up with me, and that's what I love about him. He was like, you need to go to counseling. And that's like something that Lauren's been telling me, like, that I should do. And I'm so hesitant because I hate, I don't know. I'm sorry for saying hate. Like, I'm not good at being told what to do, and I don't like looking weak. I'm prideful. So I'm trying to start here and tell you guys, and then, man, I'm gonna go see the counseling group that Christian goes to or went to. I don't remember if he still goes or not, but I'm gonna contact them. I was supposed to do it today and I didn't, so I should have done that. I guess, you know what? I'll send an email after this. But I'm gonna do it, and that's like, I mean, I talked to you guys earlier in this season or whatever this is, one of the earlier episodes, that I have like kind of a mentor figure in my life, but he's still a younger guy. And I still meet with him and I still talk to him, but I think I do need like professional help. It's just, I have a lot of pride. It's really hard to even say that, but, and I hope I don't sound fake or dramatic. I just kind of suck at some stuff. So, yeah, I got to do that. I got to go see a counselor. And my biggest excuse has been finances. Like, I'm always just like, you know what? I can't afford that. I can't, I got to work. I got to edit. I'm always busy. But it's like, if I'm not healthy, like, how can I make good things? And like, how can I encourage you guys if I'm in a terrible place? Like, and I don't want to like just stop making stuff. Like, but I gotta like keep my brain healthy. And this isn't me saying I'm stopping making stuff. Like, not at all. We're about to switch into high gear. But that, I think that means like, okay, I also gotta like keep myself healthy, my brain, because I'm about to go travel for a month, which is just a lot of outpour, and it's harder to be built up when you're just giving, like playing live and like talking to people every day. I'm an extrovert, but I'm also like, I love my time alone, my space. So tour is just like outpour, and I'm usually just drained for a week when I get home. But I think it'd be nice to be able to come home and like have a counselor to talk to. So I guess this place like works with your income. So I should get a pretty good deal, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to email them literally after this episode. So hopefully I'll have an update for you guys on that for the next episode. And hopefully this podcast just doesn't seem like me talking about myself constantly. Like I hope there's benefit for you guys too, you know, because I love y'all. I just want this to be a community so bad. And I hope it becomes something where I can like meet you guys more and hear more from you guys. So thanks for people who do send messages. And if you're scared to send a message, please don't be. Download the Anchor app. Send me a freaking message. I want to hear what you're going through, what you're doing in life. Yeah, and thank you, Matt, for reaching out and like asking for advice. Like that's what I want this to be about. Not just obviously not me giving advice. Like I'm a young dude. I don't know very much, but just conversation. Like I want it to be open-minded and non-judgmental. Okay, no matter what. So I love you guys. And then my very last thing is the master plan that I've been talking about for so long. Will I reveal it? No, not yet. But we're getting close. Tomorrow is the beginning of phase 2. Phase 1 has been catching up on all my client work and signing up for something. Somewhat of an application, if you will. Oh, and you remember that job I was talking about? Like that video job? I'm not doing it. Because guess what? I don't feel right about it. I don't want to do it. So, phase 2 begins tomorrow, and I will say that it involves a photo shoot. And that's all I will say. But we're making some branding stuff, okay? We're making some stuff. We got some stuff on the horizon, and I'm so stoked. But this is going to be a good year. It's going to be a long push. It's going to be a squeeze out. We're going to push some stuff out. So your guys' support this year means everything. And the other thing is Patreon. That is coming soon. I know I keep talking about it, but I'm trying to hype you guys up a little bit. And also I want to have it fully prepared and well thought out before I put it in the public, because I don't want to half butt it. Okay? I'm not going to curse in this episode, okay? This is a Christian episode. I'm not going to half booty this Patreon, okay? All right. Okay, well, I love you guys. You're awesome. Sorry about the video dying part of the way through the video. Sorry about that, but I'm also not, because this is just an experience. This is a life experience. Okay, you guys are awesome. I love you. Hope you like the new scenery. Kevin, the guy who does the solid state music videos, he gave me this table. Thanks, Kevin. He's going to be on the podcast soon. He's coming to Nashville. We're doing a bunch of cool branding content for a lighting company. It's going to be sick. So I hope you like my purple lamp, okay? And I love you, all right? It's just that simple, baby. Subscribe to the channel. If you watch this long and you're not subscribed, what the heck are you doing? That's wild. Love you guys so much. I've said that about a bunch of times. I'm going to drink this Gatorade and go put pants on. I lied about the pants. Goodbye.